Now, time for a roundup of the Boxing Day football action with Ray Stubbs.
Good afternoon. Today's Boxing Day games are the second of four that most teams will play over the Christmas and New Year period. It's a crucial time in this football season, points and goals precious. Mark Bright, Martin Keown and Ferdinand have been keeping a close eye on the Barclays Premier League games. 3 results are already in. Chelsea 4, Aston Villa 4. Gareth Barry's late penalty dents Chelsea's title hopes in a topsy-turvy game featuring 8 goals and 3 red cards. Now, White Hart Lane, Tottenham 5, Fulham 1, 2 goals each for Keown and Huddleston as Tottenham showed no mercy to managerless Fulham. And at Upton Park, West Ham 1, Reading 1, 10-man Reading frustrated West Ham at Upton Park. Dave Kitson's strike cancelling out Solano's opener for the Hammers. More reaction on those games coming up a little bit later. Final whistles are drawing near in 5 of the matches. League leaders Arsenal play away at Portsmouth tonight. Second place Manchester United go top if they win or even draw at Sunderland. Steve Sutton's at the Stadium of Light.
Yes, Ray, you've just come over as Louis Saha has converted a penalty for Manchester United's 4th. The other 3 goals, Rooney and Saha in a devastating 10-minute spell in the first half, and then Ronaldo with a must-see free kick on Match of the Day tonight. Man United have been different class today. They lead 4-0.
Next up, Pride Park, bottom of the table Derby are playing Liverpool. Ivan Gaskell reporting.
It's Derby 1, Liverpool 1, as if things weren't already bad enough for Derby. They lost their goalkeeper in the pre-match warm-up. They went behind to a Fernando Torres Christmas special and saw Stephen Pearson injured by his own teammate in a traumatic start here, but credit them for a Boxing Day fight back, culminating in Jay McKevill's gleeful equaliser midway through this second half. Liverpool a pale shadow of their Champions League selves. Giles Barnes has just missed an absolutely marvellous chance for Derby. It's 1-1 here.
6th place Everton playing Bolton at Goodison Park. Latest news from Damian Johnson.
Everton on course for a return to winning ways. They lead 2-0, a rare goal for Phil Neville and Tim Cahill's 8th of the season. Neville's floated ball eluded Cahill and Bolton keeper Jussi Jääskeläinen for the first. Cahill dispatched Jolien Lescott's cross to make it 2-0. Cahill's had a couple of penalty appeals turned down. Bolton's Nicholas Anelka has been kept relatively quiet by Everton's impressive Phil Jagielka. 2-0 to the home side.
Second bottom Wigan are playing Newcastle, only drawing at home to Derby on Sundays, put extra pressure on Newcastle. Andrew James reporting.
And the pressure is really on, Ray. It's Wigan 1, Newcastle United 0. Ryan Taylor's second half free kick for Wigan, separating the two sides. But you know, they had a fancy dress competition here at half time. We had a chicken, 3 Santas, Borat, Shrek and the Simpsons, but nothing quite as comic as Newcastle United, who came here as an organised Premier League football team. They've been taken apart by Wigan. Wigan 1, Newcastle 0.
Birmingham and Middlesbrough both within 3 points of the relegation places when today's game at St Andrews kicked off. Roger Johnson reporting.
It's Birmingham 2, Middlesbrough 0, 2 first half goals. McSheffrey's deflected free kick off Downing, and Forsell's tap-in looked like giving Birmingham all 3 points against a struggling Borough side who carved out several good chances, only to find Mike Taylor in solid form in the home goal. Borough have made all their changes, but Birmingham lead 2-0 with 6 minutes to play.
We may well be seeing the very end of Liverpool's title chances. Would you agree, Les?
Yeah, definitely. I think they needed to win this game. You know, they've gone to Derby, bottom of the table, and you expect Liverpool to go there and not just win, but win comfortably. And they've really struggled all day today.
Manchester United and Ronaldo, just absolutely sensational today.
Yeah, sublime. The way that you know, when they go forward, they play with such quality. And they've really sent out a message today. And these goals will be important because if it goes to the wire, that extra goal difference will be all important. Tonight now, Arsenal have got to match that, and it looks like Liverpool have pretty well gone out of the championship race.
The Newcastle fans that have travelled to watch their team play at Wigan today have said, you don't know what you're doing, we don't know what we're doing. Do you agree with that?
It's just been a shambles. I mean, I just can't believe. I mean, they should have lost against Derby. Alan Smith's been playing deep in front of the back four. There's been all sorts of changes going on. And Wigan could get themselves out to the bottom 3 today with this result.
half-time in the SPL game between Dundee United and Celtic, 4 o'clock kickoff. The leaders, Celtic, have drawn 2-2, 0-0 at half-time. Let's go to the match between Derby and Liverpool. Ivan Gaskell.
This is really hard on Derby County, hard to bear, because Liverpool look like they've snatched victory from the jaws of a draw here. Steven Gerrard, their inspiration so many times, has equalised after a fine save by Price. Gerrard, who'd run his socks off to get in a good position, managed to clip home the rebound. Really rough on Derby, who trail 2-1.
Does that resurrect Liverpool's title chances?
I'm not sure. I just don't think they play their best team all the time, and I think that's the difference between Manchester United and Chelsea.
How many times do you see this guy, though, Steven Gerrard, get this team out of trouble? You know, it would have been difficult to keep the players interested between now and the end of the season, so that's an all-important result if they can win this.
McEvoy should have cleared it. He's tried to play it with his right foot, and it's come straight to Steven Gerrard, tapped it in close by. I think they've got away with it today, Liverpool.
Yes,
confirmation of the results of the early game. Steve Wilson watched Chelsea play Aston Villa.
An extraordinary game at Stamford Bridge. This had everything. Gareth Barry's stoppage time penalty, earning a point for Aston Villa, who had led 2-0 with just a moment of added time to go at the end of the first half. Sean Maloney with both goals, but then Shevchenko got a penalty. Zat Knight was sent off for fouling Ballack. 2-1 at half-time. A Shevchenko blaster made it 2-2. Alex made it 3-2 to Chelsea. Martin Laursen equalised for the 10 men of Villa. Carvalho was then sent off with 10 minutes to go, only for Michael Ballack to stroke home a free kick 2 minutes from time. 4-3 Chelsea, it seemed in the bag. Then Ashley Cole handled on the line in stoppage time from Agbonlahore's header. Gareth Barry kept his head, and an extraordinary game finally finished with 3 men sent off and 4 goals apiece.
2 points dropped for Chelsea as far as the title race is concerned. Tony Gubba was at White Hart Lane for the Tottenham-Fulham match.
Tottenham's biggest league win of the season, as Robbie Keane and Tom Huddleston both scored twice, and Jermaine Defoe came off the bench yet again to complete a 5-1 thrashing of Fulham, who haven't won away in the league now for over a year. Never a moment when Spurs didn't look comfortable winners, even when Clinton Dempsey made it 2-1 on the hour. Tottenham restoring their 2-goal advantage within 60 seconds. Fulham had Maurice Bolt sent off for a second yellow card late in the game to complete a sorrowful afternoon for the visitors.
And the story of the West Ham Reading game comes from Dan O'Hagan.
West Ham's home frustration continues, held by Reading, who lost Brynjar Gunnarsson to a red card for a wild tackle on Hayden Mullins less than half an hour in. West Ham looked odds on to take only a 3rd home win of the season when Alberto Solano's neat finish gave them a half-time lead. But Reading rallied and levelled through Dave Kitson, and though West Ham twice hit the post, Reading held firm to take only their 3rd away point of the campaign. It finished West Ham 1, Reading 1.
To Scotland, Rangers are playing Motherwell at Ibrox, 2nd versus 3rd. Ian Turner with the latest.
It finished Rangers 3, Motherwell 1. It might not be for long, but Rangers have moved to the top of the SPL after this hard-fought victory over an adventurous and attack-minded Motherwell. Mark McGee's side had just hauled themselves back into the match, with Paul Quinn's back post header equalising Daniel Kuzan's first half opener, when under pressure in a congested penalty area, Jim Patterson headed past his own keeper. Then with the last kick of the ball, Chris Boyd made it number 3 for Rangers. They win 3-1.
Celtic still in action, 0-0 at half-time away at Dundee United. That was a 4 o'clock kickoff. We'll keep you in touch with any goals there. West Bromwich Albion against Bristol City. This is 2nd against 3rd in the Championship, with Watford playing and drawing at lunchtime. West Bromwich Albion back top of the table. Steve Lee.
Yes, the final whistle's just gone. West Brom 4, Bristol City 1. A Boxing Day blitz in front of 27,000 from West Brom. 4 second-half goals taking them back to the top. 2 goals from Kevin Phillips, taking him to 13 for the season. 1 each from Robert Corrin and Roman Bednar. Bristol City competitive, pulled one back through Darren Byfield, but West Brom were home and dry despite the miss of the season from Zoltan Gera. West Brom 4, Bristol City 1.
Champions Manchester United, top of the Barclays Premier League. Steve Sutton has watched them win at Sunderland.
Yes, Ray, it's finished Sunderland 0, Manchester United 4, and they were worth every single one of those 4 goals. This was Manchester United in supreme form this afternoon. That's not taking anything away from Sunderland. They tried and tried, they never gave up, but really, Man United were in a different league, and Sunderland must now be worrying whether they will be come next season. The story of the match, quickly, Rooney scored the first on 20 minutes, a touch of offside perhaps for that one. Then on 29 minutes, it was Sahar who took a Rooney pass in the box and he made it 2. Then right on half-time, Ronaldo, with one of the best free kicks you will ever see all season, made it 3. And then on 84, Nani bundled over in the box by Collins, and Sahar got his second with a penalty. Sunderland 0, Manchester United 4.
Let's hear about the League Two leaders, MK Dons away at Notts County. Nigel Bidmead.
And the MK Dons have won 2-1. They had substitute Jamal Johnson to thank. He scored with a close-range flick following a corner in the very last minute. County took the lead early on through Richard Butcher. Mark Wright equalised soon afterwards with a tap-in. Neither side looked like finding a winner until Johnson's very late intervention for the league leaders. 2-1 Dons.
Final whistle has gone at Pride Park. Derby playing Liverpool. Ivan Gaskell.
Derby 1, Liverpool 2. Heartbreaking for poor old Derby, who pushed a less than impressive Liverpool all the way here. Derby lost their keeper in the warm-up, midfielder Stephen Pearson in a collision with his own teammate soon after the start, and trailed early to a fine Fernando Torres goal. But Derby clung on gamely like my mother-in-law pulling a Christmas cracker, and deserved Jay McEvely's equaliser. But it was McEvely who ended up in despair. His clearance crashed straight back past him off Steven Gerrard with just 2 minutes to go. Derby 1, Liverpool 2.
In League One, Leeds top of the table as things stand because they drew at lunchtime. It's going to change with all the League One results as they come in. Andy Barwell's watching Oldham play Nottingham Forest, who kicked off second.
Well, it's finished goalless here. Not enough for Forest to regain top spot in League One. Colin Calderwood's side came here not to lose. That strategy almost came unstuck. Oldham were unlucky not to score against Forest's well-drilled defence. Great play from striker Lee Hughes, foiled by Paul Smith's save, but it finished Oldham 0, Forest 0.
Swansea top of League One as we get to Boxing Day tables. Wigan against Newcastle. Final whistle. Andrew James.
Wigan 1, Newcastle United 0. Ryan Taylor's free kick goal in the second half not only won the match for Wigan, it was virtually the only shot on goal from either side all game. Wigan move out of the bottom, but Newcastle had to endure chance, and I paraphrase of "we're poor and we're sick of it" from 4,000 travelling fans. No obvious game plan, little obvious commitment from some key players, and just 1 point from 6 against the bottom 2 sides for Newcastle this Christmas.
We don't know what we're doing, the Newcastle fans were chanting at half-time of that match. To Goodison Park, Everton against Bolton, 3 more points for the Blues. Damien Johnson.
Yeah, Everton 2, Bolton 0, just the kind of response David Moyes would have wanted after his side's agonising defeat at Old Trafford. Stalemate in the first half, then Everton took control. Phil Neville's floated ball eluded Tim Cahill, and Bolton keeper Jussi Jääskeläinen put them in front. Cahill then added the 8th of the season. Bolton hesitated, Lescott raided down the left and found the Australian, who dispatched it with some aplomb. Jagielka, Lescott and Yobo were impressive in the Everton defence, reducing Nicholas Anelka to only one real chance. That's smothered by keeper Tim Howard. Everton back to winning ways. Bolton still can't win away.
Late drama in the Barnsley-Stoke game. Andy May.
Penalty for the away side. Stoke 3-2 down. Liam Lawrence for his hat-trick to take the penalty. Right side, he shoots to the left. The goalkeeper dives the wrong way, and the penalty is clean and it is calm, and that means that Stoke will come away from Oakwell with a point in this match. Terrific match rate. Liam Lawrence with a hat-trick. 3 penalties all in this game. The Stoke fans are going crazy to my left-hand side. Barnsley might not be happy with a point now. 3-3.
Drama too at St Andrews. Birmingham playing Middlesbrough in the Barclays Premier League. Roger Johnson.
Birmingham will win this 3-0 because 3 minutes into stoppage time at the end of the game, Gary McSheffrey was tripped by Robert Huth in the Middlesbrough box. He's just got up to take the penalty, sent Mark Schwarzer the wrong way to score left-footed. Birmingham lead 3-0. There'll be little time for anything more than for Borough to kick off.
To Carrow Road, Norwich against Charlton. Charlton kicked off 5th in the Championship table. Mark Bishop.
It's finished Norwich 1, Charlton 1. Norwich's revival under Glenn Roeder continues. Huckabee's corner headed in by City captain Darrell Russell, but Alan Pardew far from happy with his side. Sodji sent off for a reckless tackle on 30 minutes on Russell. He went off immediately, and then Xingji, just before that, gave the Addicts a lead against the run of play. Croft was electric down the right-hand side. Dublin and Croft really played well, and then that terrific header from Darrell Russell from Huckabee's corner gave Norwich a point. 1-1 at Carrow Road.
Let's just confirm what happened at St Andrews. Birmingham against Middlesbrough. Roger Johnson.
It's finished Birmingham 3, Middlesbrough 0. A big win for the home side, thanks to a deflected Gary McSheffrey free kick, which flew in off Downing's leg, and a Forsell tap in, and finished off with that late penalty seconds ago. They had other opportunities too. Borough carried little threat, had no more than half a dozen half chances. Little festive cheer for their manager Gareth Southgate, as Birmingham have beaten his side 3-0.
Birmingham trying to establish a cushion on the relegation places. All the results just about in. Time for Tim Gudgeon to confirm the Boxing Day final scores.
And coming first as usual, the Barclays Premier League. Birmingham City 3, Middlesbrough 0. Chelsea 4, Aston Villa 4. Derby County 1, Liverpool 2. Everton 2, Bolton Wanderers 0. Portsmouth and Arsenal have an evening kick-off. Sunderland 0, Manchester United 4. Tottenham Hotspur 5, Fulham 1. West Ham United 1, Reading 1. Wigan Athletic 1, Newcastle United 0. In the Coca-Cola Championship, Barnsley 3, Stoke City 3. Burnley 1, Sheffield Wednesday 1. Colchester United 1, Southampton 1. Coventry City 0, Crystal Palace 2. Hull City 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. Leicester City 2, Ipswich Town 0 is the latest score. Norwich City 1, Charlton Athletic 1. Plymouth Argyle 2, Queen's Park Rangers 1, another latest score. Preston North End 0, Scunthorpe United 1. Sheffield United 1, Blackpool 1. Watford 2, Cardiff City 2. West Bromwich Albion 4, Bristol City 1. In Coca-Cola League 1, Bournemouth 3, Leyton Orient 1. Bristol Rovers 1, Luton Town 1. Doncaster Rovers 2, Northampton Town 0. Gillingham 1, Southend United 1. Hartlepool United 1, Leeds United 1. Huddersfield Town 1, Crewe Alexandra 1. Millwall 3, Brighton Hove Albion 0. Oldham Athletic 0, Nottingham Forest 0. Port Vale 1, Walsall 1. Swansea City 4, Cheltenham Town 1. Tranmere Rovers 2, Carlisle United 0. Yeovil Town 0, Swindon Town 1. League 2, Barnet 3, Dagenham and Redbridge 1. Bradford City 2, Lincoln City 1. Brentford 1, Wycombe Wanderers 3. Bury 0, Chesterfield 1. Darlington 1, Rotherham United 1, that's the latest score. Grimsby Town 1, Accrington Stanley 2. Macclesfield Town 0, Hereford United 1. Mansfield Town 2, Peterborough United 0. Morecambe 5, Chester City 3. Notts County 1, Milton Keynes Dons 2. Shrewsbury Town 3, Stockport County 1. Wrexham 0, Rochdale 2. In the Blue Square Premier, Altrincham 1, Northwich Victoria 2. Cambridge United 1, Histon 0. Exeter City 4, Torquay United 3. Farsley Celtic 3, Halifax Town 0. Forest Green Rovers 2, Kidderminster Harriers 2. Grays Athletic 1, Ebbsfleet United 1. Oxford United 1, Crawley Town 0. Rushton and Diamonds 0, Stevenage Borough 0. Salisbury 1, Weymouth 1. Stafford Rangers 0, Burton Albion 3. Woking 0, Aldershot Town 1. York City 2, Troylston 1. In the Clydesdale Bank Scottish Premier League, Dundee United 0, Celtic 0, that's the latest. Falkirk 1, Inverness Caledonian Thistle 0. Gretna 1, Aberdeen 1. Hearts 0, St Mirren 1. Kilmarnock 2, Hibernian 1. Rangers 3, Motherwell 1. Ernbury Scottish Division 1, Hamilton Academical 1, 0, Clyde 0. Morton 0, Dunfermline Athletic 1. Queen of the South 2, Dundee 1. Stirling Albion 0, St Johnstone 0. Scottish Div 2, Airdrie United 2, Alloa Athletic 0. Berwick Rangers 2, Wraith Rovers 1. Peterhead 1, Brechin City 2. Queen's Park 1, Ayr United 1. And Ross County's match with Cowdenbeath postponed. And Scottish Div 3, East Fife 0, Arbroath 2. Stranraer 3, Albion Rovers 1.
is the situation as far as late kickoffs are concerned. In the Coca-Cola Championship, Leicester 2, Ipswich 0. Ipswich's away form continues to be very poor. Plymouth Argyle 2, Queen's Park Rangers 1. Queen's Park Rangers' 4-game unbeaten run comes to an end. Still playing in League 2 between Darlington and Rotherham, and that is 1-1 as things stand. And in the Iron Brew Scottish 2nd Division, that's a big win for Brecon City, winning 2-1 away at Peterhead. We'll hear the thoughts of Mark Bright, Martin Keown and Les Ferdinand in the light of today's results after we've looked at the updated league tables. And in the Barclays Premier League, Manchester United sit top of the tree after beating Sunderland, but Arsenal can reclaim top spot with victory at Portsmouth tonight. Chelsea lost more ground after drawing with Aston Villa, now only 2 points clear of Liverpool, who have a game in hand. 5th place Manchester City face Blackburn tomorrow, while Everton remain 6th after beating Bolton. Derby stay bottom after that heartbreaking defeat to Liverpool. It's now just 1 win in 13 for Sunderland, with the bottom 3 completed by Fulham, well beaten by Spurs today. Wigan climb out of the relegation zone, with Birmingham up to 14th. Coca-Cola Championship, West Bromwich Albion returned to the top spot following a 4-1 win over Bristol City, who dropped to 4th. This morning's leaders Watford were held at home by Cardiff. Only 2 wins in 9 for Eddie Boothroyd's side at the moment. Stoke climbed to 3rd after a thrilling 3-3 draw at Barnsley. Tony Pulis' side now unbeaten in 8 games. Colchester stay bottom after being held to a 1-1 draw by Southampton at Layer Road. 1 win in 13 for Colchester now. Preston's revival came to an abrupt halt with a home defeat against Scunthorpe, and Queen's Park Rangers slipped back into the bottom 3 after losing 2-1 at Plymouth. In Coca-Cola League 1, Swansea the new leaders after recording their 5th straight win. They beat Cheltenham Town 4-1. They replaced Nottingham Forest, who were held to a goalless draw at Oldham. Leeds remain in 3rd place. Jermaine Beckford's injury time equaliser gave them a point at Hartlepool. Bottom side Port Vale held at home by Walsall, level on points with Luton, who were held at Bristol Rovers. Coca-Cola League 2. Leaders MK Dons fall back from a goal down to win at Notts County. That means their lead remains 6 points. 2nd place Hereford kept up the pressure with victory at Macclesfield. Peterborough went to a shock defeat at bottom of the table Mansfield, who began the day propping up the Football League. And that win means posh Wrexham sink to the foot of the table now. They're beaten at home by Rochdale. Dagenham and Redbridge 2 points above the relegation zone after defeat at Barnet, while Lincoln picked up a point at Bradford. Quick look at the Blue Square Premier League. Aldershot have stretched their lead to 7 points after winning 1-0 at Woking. 2nd place Torquay beaten 4-3 at Exeter. Droylsden and Stafford both beaten today, but Northwich Victoria had a welcome away win at Altrincham. And the situation in the Clydesdale Bank Scottish Premier League. Rangers' 3-1 win against Motherwell takes them top of the table, but Celtic can reclaim top spot with maximum points against Dundee United. Later score 0-0. If it stays 0-0, Celtic will stay top on goal difference. Managerless Hibs beaten at Kilmarnock. Aberdeen drew at Gretna. St Mirren's win at Hearts means Gretna now 9 points from safety. Elsewhere, Falkirk beat Inverness Cally Thistle 1-0. With players and managers emerging from their dressing rooms. Lots of post-match reaction to the Boxing Day results on the way. After this summary of the top football stories of today so far. Gareth Barry's late penalty dents Chelsea's title hopes in a topsy-turvy game featuring 8 goals and 3 red cards. 2 for Louis Sahar as the champions cruise past Sunderland at the Stadium of Light. Steven Gerrard spurred Liverpool's blushes with a late winner against battling Derby County. And Ryan Taylor takes Wigan out of the bottom 3 with the winner against Newcastle. Neville and Cahill keep Everton on the march as Bolton are beaten at Goodison Park. 2 each for Keane and Huddleston as Tottenham show no mercy to managerless Fulham. Lascelles and McSheffrey seal a crucial win for Birmingham as the Blues climb the table under Alex McLeish. 10-man Reading frustrate West Ham at Upton Park, with Dave Kitson's strike cancelling out Solano's opener for the Hammers. Just to say highlights from all those games and this evening's Portsmouth Arsenal game in tonight's match of the day, 10:20 start time. So, Les, 4-4 at Stamford Bridge, loads of penalty decisions, red cards, where would you start to try and explain the key turning points of that game?
Well, I think for Villa, they started the game really well. Went 2 goals up and thoroughly deserved. Unfortunately, got the penalty given against them as just before half-time, Zach Knight, and not only was it a penalty, he got sent off. And for me, that was the turning point for Chelsea. Shevchenko scored the penalty and they went on from there, and in the second half Chelsea started to boss the game. Shevchenko scored another great second goal, and they looked like at that stage that they were going to win the game. And then unfortunately for Chelsea, they had a couple of players sent off. Carvalho, which deserved to be sent off, went on, and Villa got themselves back into the game and deservedly got a 4-4 draw.
Martin, how do you play Ronaldo at the moment for Manchester United?
Well, he's unplayable, I believe, at the moment. He's, off both feet as well, left foot, right foot, set pieces. I mean, the free kick he scored today is outstanding, where he's bent it right across the wall into the top corner. Those goals will count for Manchester United as well at the end of the season. They're worth another point. Can Arsenal now respond to that? They laid the gauntlet down to Arsenal today.
Some people think Liverpool's title challenge is already over. Others would disagree. But Steven Gerrard's late winner today will be crucial.
How many times have we seen him do it? He bursts into the box and scores on right at the last minute. A few minutes before that, Giles Barnes has a header which you think he has to score, and Paul Jewell will grab all 3 points. He misses. Liverpool go down the other end. They got out of jail today for me.
Let's go back to Pride Park. John Motson commentated on the Derby-Liverpool game for Match of the Day. Derby really frustrated Liverpool, so nearly took something from the game. Liverpool have been relieved to win there, John.
Yes, as Mark Bright said, that 60 seconds towards the end of the game was vital, but you used the word heartbreak for Derby. Goalkeeper was injured in the warm-up. They lost Stephen Pearson with a dislocated shoulder in the first half. They had Rob Earnshaw limping as a passenger on the left wing for the last 15 minutes, and yet they still nearly beat Liverpool. And in my view, on the second half performance, certainly deserved a draw. But as you say, along came Steven Gerrard. Do you know what? I think that goal may have just kept Liverpool in the title race, but only just. If this had been a draw, I think they'd have been out of it. And I will just say this, Ray, having seen Derby's last 2 games, Paul Jewell has instilled a real kind of belief and spirit and determination into the club. And even if they do go down, I'm quite certain he's the right man to bring them back.
Chelsea have dropped points again. They didn't look convincing at stages this afternoon, John.
Well, I think you can start to write Chelsea off for the title, the way things are going. I mean, injuries, suspensions now with 2 players sent off, 4 players going to the African Nations Cup. I mean, OK, Abramovich has got a big chequebook, but what quality of player can he bring in who can go straight into the first team in January?
John, thanks very much. Let's get some reaction from that lunchtime game at Stamford Bridge. Martin O'Neill, the Aston Villa manager, felt the decisions really didn't go Villa's way.
We started like a house on fire. We took the game to them at Stamford Bridge, and we were excellent, absolutely excellent. And so please don't ever say to me about another decision this season. If we get one, I'll take it from the rooftops. I'll claim it aloud and go with it. Today wasn't one decision that we got, and we had a ball over the line about 3 or 4 days ago. So just in case you were going to start, don't start with me about decisions, If we get the next 15 in our favour for the next 3 games, it'll only semi-make up for it.
It's entertaining football at the Bridge now, eventful, red cards. It'll be fascinating to look back at the decisions today and how the officials gave some of those decisions, especially when Zach Knight got sent off.
Yeah, we sat here and we felt it wasn't a sending off in our eyes, but unfortunately, if you're the last man to get taken down, that is the punishment. And unfortunately for Zach, him going off is what changed the game, but great entertainment for the neutral.
I just wonder whether sometimes referees are starting to consult fourth officials who are watching video replays.
Well, this referee today has been accused of that in the past, and it looked like he was trying to make an early decision. This is my decision, never mind a fourth official. But there were plus points today for Aston Villa, I felt. They'll go away probably thinking they should have won the match. Hall up front with Ashley Young. English players did exceptionally well today.
And a quick reminder now that on Saturday, on New Year's Day, via the red button from 2:30, we'll follow all the day's matches Final Score has a 4:30 start time on BBC Two. BBC Two for Final Score on the 29th and January the 1st, 2008. And today's score service continues now via the red button. All the results and the latest league tables will cycle on the screen. We'll continue to hear from managers and players as they emerge from their dressing rooms. And this is where we say goodbye to BBC One viewers. Press the red button to stay with us. Otherwise, bye for now.